These are the best highlights from all the matches of the day during the 2024 LCK Summer Split.
For Ando.
Yeah, is going to put the lead in gold as Deft making a visit towards the top side as well, piercing darkness onto Dudu. And because clearing out some of this jungle that is going to be spotted immediately, as Beryl does see exactly what's going on. Let's see whether Dudu can survive this one though, as Deft picks up the turret aggro. Not going to be able to tank it for too much longer, and almost dies in fact. He is so incredibly tanky, but there is first blood going over to Casting, and the juggling works out.
Yeah, really well done there by KT. That was a hard dive to pull off. Has just got his first item completed. It looks like they want to try and contest.
Yeah, he's just wandering over. You can see Beryl on a control ward. BDD now walks across a ward himself, and there is an arrow connecting. BDD going to head straight into the Nature's Grasp, as now Casting looking for a wraparound, but the rest of KT, they're leaving the situation. The Encore goes completely wide though, and now Cuz is looking for the opportunity. That is a beautiful gobble though, as Beryl is going to be able to save his jungler, and now Casting trying to get in amongst it, then gets out of it. And we've got another singularity coming in. Beryl is going to be avoided, and now Cuz is burning down. Finally, someone dies. The health bars are so extraordinarily low, and finally, Bulldog, he will go down. Cuz out of life as well, but now the Dusante is marching his way forward. Deft, going to be very difficult to get out of this one, and there is the flash forward. And
Quangdong here, Kyosik is moving up. I still don't think your comp is really in a spot where you're firmly online, but they might try and contest this. Seems risky to me.
It certainly does. Well, they're still going to look for it, as there's the Glacial Prison. That was beautifully landed. Couldn't buffer that one. That is going to be at least the Herald secured here by the Quangdong Freaks as the Shadow dawns over Cuz. And Dudu even able to pick up the eye. That was very sneaky. Even though the snare is pretty good there from Deft.
Yeah, did force everyone from KT towards mid lane to try and defend.
All right. Another meat drop going to come down there, and Kyosik pretty happy to tank it, as Dudu is extraordinarily tanky. Tongue Lash connects, and there is an instant cleanse from Leaper to get him out of the way. The arrow is going to come through, and Beryl can't cleanse that one, but still the lick is coming through. He's going to be denied there, as it's a great ultimate from BDD, but now Dudu's in amongst it. There's a kidnap onto Kyosik. Not exactly optimal, but now Bulldog's looking for the resets, but BDD gets into the fog of war. It doesn't matter. Dudu is just too big. He's able to take down Beryl, and now Casting just trying to find something back, but he is dead as well, and KT are crumbling. And Quangdong Freaks will get that soul point. They will all move down 8 seconds until that dragon is up and available, and Dudu possibly out of position here. Singularity to slow him down, but not in the optimal position, and he basically takes no damage at all. Casting now on a flank angle, but he's spotted here by Bulldog. There's the counter-strike. Arrow going to fly in amongst it as well, as Kyosik taking so much damage. Finally, the skies descend as the Dawning Shadow does a fair bit of work, but this is where the Seraphine can find her options as Beryl dives forward. Dudu looking for Deft. Good flash to get him out of the way, but Beryl is very dead. Just a catfish on the floor. And Quangdong Freaks will say thank you very much for the Infernal Soul. So we've got tanks turning into real tanks as the game goes on. And now Beryl, arrow is going to connect onto the Tahm Kench. Deft in position, but there's not enough grey health for him to eat here, as now BDD, he turns up, but he's just a little bit too late. So that is just a free Tahm Kench over to the Quangdong Freaks, and a Baron up and available. 4 versus 5.
Oh man, this is so hard. Like the Infernal Soul on the side of Quangdong Freaks, and they still have Maokai, they still have Seraphine, KT. They feel like they have to contest this, but Dudu on the flank as well. This is so hard to play.
Well, Kyosik going to try and get in. He steals it! All right, well, he's going to be sacrificed. Deft also is well and truly out of position, so they lose 2. Beryl is still dead as well. So 3 dead on the side of KT as Quangdong Freaks. They fail to get the Baron, but they get all the map control.
Armor pen, because the enemy front line is so tanky. See the replay though, manages to get the health low, and I think the problem here was Quangdong Freaks were so focused on the fight and kind of lost focus on the Baron, so a bit of a mistake there. And Quangdong Freaks are ready.
Volleys flying through here now as well, as BDD hit by a sapling is okay. They do manage to land the Glacial Prison onto Cuz. Teleport to come in though, as the Kazante is coming back. Great Encore onto Beryl. He does have some grey health to eat, but I just don't think it's going to be enough to keep him alive. As now BDD just getting chunked out by Bulldog, who's getting the resets. He finds another one. He's just playing Mario on the Rift here, as now Casting. Welcome to the LCK. And unfortunately, the first one is going to be an L by the looks of things, as Bulldog going to be able to grab the ace. His Tristana looking absolutely incredible here in game number 1 of the summer season for the Quangdong Freaks. And I think they're looking to end it here.
Yep, so well played from Quangdong Freaks. The composition made sense. They got an advantage and they never gave KT an angle back into the game. The Elder didn't even get touched. They didn't let any opportunity for Pyoshik to steal. And now they're getting their 1-0 in the series.
Quangdong Freaks 1-0 up against KT. A little bit too much scaling on their side, but just
Breath for him, but a Blitzcrank is going to be a problem for Beryl.
Absolutely. We saw the power of the Blitzcrank in the hands of Lehens. Well, you can see Casting. He started it up. Ruthless Predator going to connect this time around. He's got the dice ready. It's almost just a solo kill as the flash forward from Pure.
So the value for the Seraphine may not be as good as Andal got in that game 1. Oh, Beryl.
Yeah, able to sidestep the hook. Andal down to about 50%, but Def not wanting to walk into the fog of war. You've got
unhealthy.
Somewhat subpar as old here. He's jumped a little bit further forward than he would otherwise like. He's casting once again almost towards a solo kill, and he's now looking to try and deliver this one over to BDD. It doesn't quite work out, and Casting's going to have to... Oh! He walks back and gets himself killed. He was like...
So many rocks thrown at him.
And that's why they didn't pick Talia in game number 1 to make sure that his debut wasn't against a champion that he has struggled into the past. That is a great shove, though, from BDD onto Andal, but already it started off poorly here for KT. A 1-for-1 in the end. Support for Jungler as now Beryl. That encore was not it. Now Def will finally turn up. Another phenomenal seismic shove going to come in as Def finally has the arrows, but it's just not going to be enough. Leaper dives on top of him, and it's a triple, almost a quadra kill for Bulldog, but Leaper takes it in the end. But Bulldog just right-clicked. And now Andal's in the top lane, and that is a nice little hook. Going to be set up brilliantly there. The Dominus not quite going to be enough, but at least the Q doing some work. And now a flash forward from Pyoshik finds the punch under the Camille once again. And Casting just kind of that is the trade-off. And it looks like we're going to be evening out these dragons unless Quangdong Freaks have something to say about it. Blast Cone available for Cuz, opts out of it here as the Drake is going to be picked up. Hook once again going to be walked away from by Beryl.
I want to go for a straight 5-5 without taking someone off the map first.
Yeah, maybe if the hook had landed from Andal, then everything's different. As soon as the hook doesn't land, they back away from it. There it is, landing this time around. Very easy on a stationary target. And Deft now just getting completely torn to shreds. Valkyrie forward from Bulldog, cleanse from Deft. He gets out of dodge, but BDD may not be in a good enough position. And now Casting, he's making his way in 3 low health members. This is so scary. And the seismic shove onto the rocks from BDD. And he secures his target. And now this huge crocodile is looking for Leaper. He does have a trap in place and is able to stop.
Casting TPs through. They'll get the tower as well. And suddenly we have a pretty significant gold lead.
Also looking like a different player to what Perfect was, right? I feel like Perfect was often one of these more utility-based top laners. So I'm going to have to hold that thought for a moment. BDD in trouble. Hook going to connect. And there it is. Encore not going to be landing here either as Andal just trying to get out of there, and we'll be able to do like, hang on a second, are we going to have a pause? But we did. It was just Andal, and it is just as intended as
I don't
now.
think you're outplaying this. I don't think there's any...
No. Can you get the ultimate out of Pyoshik is the question, I guess, that you can ask, and the answer is no, you can't. As Pyoshik going to do some Overwatch tactics here as he's looking to try and, you know, stagger the back, stagger the resets. With this Talia for BDD, he has been extraordinarily good on this champion throughout his entire career. And he's completely defeated. Oh, it's beautiful.
That was hilarious.
It's got to sound so young.
Listen, I'm ready for it to happen here.
Yeah, as okay, the Dragon down to 50% as now Andal's just flashing forward, manages to get the hook, but he's taking so much damage. He's first one to go down. BDD goes golden as well to survive through it, and now the Ash is tearing them to shreds. Casting gets amongst it. He's going down like paper, like you were saying, but Deft is still raining hell on them. There's the Weaver's Wall. The flash comes out from Dudu, and Quangdong Freaks are just pushed away from this. As Bulldog not CC'd quite long enough. And that was a very short range arrow, so of course not going to have. It's going so incredibly quickly. Yeah, and KT, you probably knew exactly what was happening here. You saw all of them converge, but that is just a free Baron. It's a hook as well. As now Beryl, he had to flash to get out of the way of that one, but he cannot flash again, so he's just dead. So it's not only a Baron, but it's also a pick. Def trying to offer some damage back. But the damage has been done. I was thinking that as soon as that controller was kind of ignored in like this weird way that it just wasn't going to be enough. As Arrow going to connect onto Leaper here. He flashes over the wall after the cleanse. That's both summoner spells now down. Weaver's Wall coming in. Arndil in no man's land, and Dudu is with him, and is now casting. Is going to come in. The Hextech ultimatum to try and avoid some of the damage, and Quangdong Freaks get the first 2 kills of the fight. BDD looking for more. The health bars are so incredibly low. Is BDD finally able to go into that Zhonya's to keep himself alive? Leaper finds the shot and just ends the Renekton, and now Cuz flashes forward with the Bramble Smash, and that is the ace for the Quangdong Freaks.
It's just going to do so much damage.
Well, Dudu is going to spot Pyoshik here, or Pyoshik spotted or someone. There was some scouting done by both teams.
Mutual spotting.
Lethality gen. That just felt terrible.
Now you have a bit of both, you know, bit of lethality, bit of crit,
Yeah.
a lot of damage.
Yeah, I like the crit version a whole lot more. As Seismic Shove going to go wide. There is the Nature's Grasp as OKSavingsBank not going to quite find the hook, as there it is. Cease and desist, and they say no to Bulldog. He is very, very dead. KT finding a little bit of respite here at that point in time, as Pyoshik doesn't have cease and desist now, but there's the Weaver's Wall from BDD. Looks for the opportunity on the Leaper, who just walks over to the side. Andal might be taken down here as Pyoshik in trouble. Def just flying forward, finds the Jhin. BDD once again, and expertly used Zhonya's just to bait them through. And Dudu couldn't find anything for it, and KT have come alive. Up and available. Dudu doesn't have teleport, remember, so this is going to be KT's advantage with all 5 members here. They've got the healing from the Seraphine as well. They just need to keep Cuz out of the pit. That is all they have to do. Is now Bulldog. He is once again going to eat a cease and desist, and he's all by himself casting. Dives over the Baron wall as well, and KT, an expertly played Baron. They will be able to lock that one down. And right now it's looking really difficult because the gold has swung back once.
Oh, look at Deft, by the way.
Deft is taken down to 50%. Doesn't have lifesteal in the build right now. And there is the dragon secured by the Quangdong Freaks. So both teams on Soul Point now. Quangdong Freaks do also have Dudu in a side lane. And KT, what they want is to just take an inhibitor in trade. They might be able to get there, as Dudu actually decided to go back to the wave to try and challenge. This inhibitor is not long for the world, so they want to get at least something. But casting, he goes back. The curtains have now been called, and the Weaver's Wall will be able to knock Leaper out of it, even though the Edge of Night was there as BDD. He's getting taken down low, but he has that Zhonya's. As now Bulldog going to get pushed back. BDD thrown into the thick of things, though, as there's Leaper's cleanse, and casting trying to get up there, but he can't really do it. Dudu is just a monster as Beryl's flashing away, and they've lost both of their carries, and now Leaper, another just explosion of crit damage on top of this Renekton. Beryl can't do anything. And this new 80 carry for the Quangdong Freaks is popping off.
He's doing so much work. KT overcommitting to the base. Perfect lineup for not only the Jhin ult, but the flank that comes through. And now it's only the Vi alive. The death timers are long. The waves are there. They're going to look for the end here and now.
Let's see what they can do. They've got that wave turning up towards that bottom side. They can tank up these turret shots as well to try and keep this wave alive for as long as possible. Pyoshik, he's going to need a miracle, but I just don't think he's going to be able to buy enough time. He needs 13 seconds on BDD, and he just will not have it. The Quangdong Freaks, a 2-0 in their debut match of summer. Leaper comes out and says, World Championship bottom lane? Nah. That's not what I'm interested in. Another hook for Arndil. And the Quangdong Freaks take the 2-0.
And it's a convincing series. It's a really...
Teddy hovering for now, and there is the lock-in. So, Yehu going to be playing the Jace.
Hard to dive at Cassante, but between the Renekton and the Talia, they do a pretty good job of it. So Rascal could be in real trouble here.
Well, he's going to try and catch this wave. There it is. There's the flash forward. He could not react in time. And first blood goes to the Lord.
So well played by Morgan. Zero opportunity for Cassante to do Cassante thing, do truck ready, proactivity.
Well, Teddy's going to try and turn this one on to Samba. It was looking okay for the bro 80 carry for a little while, but it didn't quite work out. As speaking of not working out, Sponge going to get flashed away from. So therefore, no more Samba's flash as, okay, here we go. Pleta getting closed in on. He survives for so incredibly long. As now Teddy trying to get some work done here. Somehow, the Nautilus makes it out to safety, but that is going to be a Drake secured by DRX. Still killless so far in this game, but they're doing okay on the objective. Dragons, 3 minutes on the next one. As Hook, max range here from Polu, finds the combo, and Killer Instinct is exactly that. That is such a dead Nidalee. Really good spot right now.
Yeah, and the problem is they really need setup for these objectives. Like, they're not just a team who are like, oh, enemy's doing Dragon, let's just run in and engage. They need to lay down the poke, they need the setup.
Ooh, Spear going to miss here as Weaver's Wall does get Youngjae out of there. Pleta diving forward. Sidestep from Polo is quite nice. DRX not going to be overcommitting or anything like that.
Yeah, I think Bro not ready to go for this or respond.
Now making his way over. Dominus at the ready has been popped. There's the combo! Thrown into the blender is Rascal. It is going to be Soul Point, but can DRX make it out? The answer is yes, because they've already managed to kill Karis, and Morgan is just lumbering towards them. Sponge trying to make his way out. He's not going to be able to do so, but the rest of DRX pounce on the stragglers and take down Polo, and even trade, and they get the Drake, and they're this far behind. Absolute win. Kind of the right idea, especially against Karis and Sambo, although Sambo, a little bit of magic damage in the build. Now Polo just getting some vision down. Crashdown is going to be what he receives, though. A Seismic Shove doesn't quite do too much, as both of the supports will be taken out. Karis trying to land some shots, vision being cleared left, right, and center.
Yeah. Even if DRX lose this fight, if they get the dragon, it's still massive.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
the focus right now. So, Bro, you need to start the fight before the dragon gets low.
Well, there's the hook from Polo, but they don't commit onto it. And now Morgan off to the side. Weaver's Wall comes in. Polo going to be moved so far. It's actually a very weird series of events there, as the Spear's not going to connect. And DRX, they don't need to hyper-commit towards this one, as Teddy taking a little bit of damage from the poke. There's the hook, the Seismic Shove, and the tank is just eliminated. Polo taken down in an instant as well. Don't know about that one, as they do have at least a 4v4 on their hands, but I think the Cassante was a little bit more value. And now Morgan, no Dominus this time. Sponge looking for hooks, looking for a steal. Remember, this is still huge if they're able to get in there. There is the engage from Pleta, but the dive forward from Morgan. He gets it, he steals it! Oh, it looks so close to perfectly played from Bro, but it doesn't work out. Zamba's still going to be able to execute the Corki. And Yahoo trying to run away, a double kill now. All right, Rascal gonna face check. There's the hook. Once again, it's the Seismic Shove, but this time only down to 50%. Karis also suffering a very similar fate as Polu, down very low also. Some heals starting to come in now as a hook once again. Polu doesn't exactly have the friends that are quite there, but still it's a beautiful use of the Seismic Shove from Youngjae. Polu ready once again with another hook. All right, Rascal dashing towards the Merc Wolves.
I feel like DRX have the edge here. They're 9,000 gold down, and I feel like they have the edge here.
Yeah, and it's the poke. It's the fact that they cannot get in there, and you know Renekton's so incredibly kiteable just in general. Morgan just can't seem to really find an angle.
Oh, there he's
and now Polu, he's in once again. Morgan once again slowed down. He flashes though. That's going to get him on top. But they deny the kill. He's down to his GA. Rascal finally is dead. Pleta taken out as well. And Yahoo thrown into the blender. That is going to be it as Bro find their team fight. And Karis with the buster shot will secure the ace.
They managed to come through. The gold lead was too much to overcome. They get a solid
0, 11, 100% kill contribution from Youngjae.
Yeah.
The best loan I have ever seen. The interest rate, absolutely absurd.
Like, this is the best loan we've ever seen in the LCK.
That is a savings bank right there. Thank you so much, OK Bro, for showing us how a loan is supposed to work. It makes so much sense. They're going to take down the Nexus turrets, and despite there being a Hextech Soul on the enemy team, that does not stop your Nexus from giving 50 gold to Bro.
They will lock that in. So 8 mages in the mid and jungle, and a bit of an artillery composition from DRX.
Udyr. Yeah, slightly different bottom lane here as well. As Youngjae going to find Sponge. This little trap is very cute. Crashdown comes in as Morgan in so much trouble, and he's got Ghost. He doesn't have Flash. He can't get out. That is First Blood set up beautiful. As we check out the replay once again, this was what Morgan could see. He was like, yeah,
Morgan's point
gone in.
That's so brutal.
Yeah. I think he's just like, I'm dead, I'm dead. And Karis just trying to clear the wave as best he can. Polo moving on over. Spear connects onto Pleta, but he is looking for an engage angle. They do find the chain CC onto Polo, who will have to flash to get himself out of the way. There's the ulti tanked by Karis as Polo is going to get taken down. A beautiful shove. And Sponge going to be able to collect another one.
Undoubtedly, Polo probably said, get out of here, bro.
Well, you know what our feedback was for Bro? They didn't take enough dragons. Do you know what they've done? They've tank for the team. The threaded volleys starting to hurt though. As the Drake going down low. Pleta moving in. Frog Precasts the Dominus, finds Samva here, who has to flash and cleanse to get out of the way of this one. Pleta keeping the Dragon concerned, but he might actually have to get out of there. You can see Morgan just trying to coax him over the wall, and the curtain call is now going to be fired through. Teddy just free hitting his frog, keeps the vision alive, but he goes down so incredibly low. This Dragon is just ignored. It is so confusing that it's standing there right in the middle, but bro, they will be able to get that soul point in the end. What a very weird... They have so much vision available. Pleta knows exactly what's going on here. Yehu actually closing in as well, as Polo in an unfortunate position. The rest of DRX are closing in. Polo doesn't have his flash available either, but the arrow is going to connect onto Teddy. It doesn't matter. Steel Sponge locking down the kill onto this Leona, as Polo was just, wrong place, wrong time, and not able to clear out that ward. So pivotal.
Yep, good moves from DRX there. They managed to push back in and regain control. The bot play a little bit ambitious, trying to collapse on the Udyr. Opening up.
Curtain going to be called here. Is Samva going to have to try and sidestep that one? Morgan just going to boop him. There it is. Was it a bait? It wasn't, because Morgan runs real quick and gets himself out of there. Magnet Storm going to be invested though. Okay, never mind. They have a lot of long-range damage. Morgan has some shielding, has some running, but he is eventually going to go down. Karis doing a fair bit of work to Yehu, but still not going to save them there. That big one actually starting to hurt. 4-1.
Yeah.
The turret score here.
This is where it gets delicate though, because what we typically see in a game state like this is DRX will commit vision and effort towards the Dragon, and Bro will just immediately go towards the Baron and try and drag them away.
Yeah. Unless YoungJay just gets caught out. He's trying to dash out of this one, but there was nowhere for him to go, and that is the jungler eviscerated. And YoungJay is pouncing on in here. Morgan gets full information as to what's going on, but the smite is going to ring true. That will be DRX locking that one down.
And now
Bro not able to get towards the Baron.
Yep, they've dragged them over here. You know, the Dragon was a little slow, but they bring them over to contest.
Arrow. Oh, no! Actually flashes into the arrow, and now Polu finds it, but he's so far forward! Samva can't get in there, and Polu unfortunately just goes a little too far. Morgan looks for that opportunity. Teddy's gonna cancel the curtains. But bro, they lose their support. Justice for support, he was right. Right now it's looking like blue side is just completely overpowered in this particular series. Kind of ridiculous how both games have gone very similar. There's a solar flare. Here's the opportunity for never mind. Polu once again, not a lot of follow-up for these engages that he's trying to start. And he's got his own shield that he can put on as well, so it's even more confusing. Well, now he's going to get shoved back, and now he's taking real damage. Spiraling Despair going to come on through there. He is still able to survive for a really long time, just sidesteps, but it then explodes. And Bro now have to deal with these curtains that are being called by Teddy, and you can see Sponge getting on in there. This is possibly an over-aggression, but yeah, who's able to take down Polu? Bro with the three of them that are remaining are just going to get magnetized together by a Pleta that really wants some revenge, and that is just the ace. It's the wipe, and Bro can't get a kill this game, and I think it's over.
I think that might just be game here, and beautiful, the Q flash from Pleta there to predict their flashes. DRX, the composition works, they managed to find Bro, catch them out. Morgan isn't tanky enough, and honestly just a great performance, a great bounce back. And the lesson here, don't pick Nidalee.
Don't pick Nidalee and pick Taliyah. And Bro knew that. They wrote the script. They're the ones that won with it. And then they decide that they'll give it over to DRX.
See how Pleta ends up playing out the bot lane. Definitely in the 2v2, it's more favored towards the Jhin Leona, but a lot of dive potential when it comes to the team fight.
But he's level 8, does have those curtains available.
A Sponge.
Okay, not sure about that one, Karis, as he's now looking for the Buster Shot. They are able to get in there. It almost kind of works. It's a 1-for-1 as Pleta flashes forward to get some knockups, and now Teddy dives in with the killer instinct. It's a double kill for the Corki. Polu gonna get hooked back. Yehu has no mana, but he does have the ability to auto-attack, and that is what's helping out so far. Envy presses the barrier button, but look at this. Look at the amount of auto-attacking that's happening here. He cancels one of them. That is not exactly what you want. And now a curtain has been called. Teddy almost just in lethal range there, as you can see. Envy looking for the opportunity, but does not quite get there. And he's able to wrap himself around, and it looks like Teddy might even be able... Oh, so close!
He doesn't even cancel the recall.
Managed to get fleet, I think, on that last auto, as Polu's dead. And now Yehu is on a killing spree.
You know what? Whether it's Vi or it's Nautilus, them and Taliyah just works.
Yeah.
Back off on this one. It did reset, actually. Oh, and a TP's coming in. They're going.
Yep, we're looking for it. As there it is, bowling ball comes out. Doesn't really find too much there. As Seismic Shove also not going to find the mark. And there goes Sponge. Pleddy going to get pulled back as Teddy, what was that? Dives into the backline, finds the pickoff onto Paulo. Is now Frog trying to get out of there, but Teddy not going to be so lucky. And it's mid laners that are eating well tonight. It's a double kill for Karis off the back end of that play.
Yeah, really good move. Cap line.
All right, Karis is going to be able to throw Shelly into the turret.
It's not the
Successfully
person
gets the charge.
I would choose to charge him, but, you know, Karis makes it work. So now they have control of the Dragon area. And Yehu does have TP. Can come down and join if they want.
Yeah, or they could give it up. They do have the first couple of Drakes, but it's a Hex Tech. It is high value. As they know, even though they couldn't win, that's the double shove that they were looking for. Still taking a while to get the kills, but finally Polu does go down. All out onto Frog, though, brings him towards this Dragon, as Morgan will be the one taking out Frog. So close to death, but will be able to survive. And Envy, nothing he can do to stop this one. That is Soul Point going over to DRX. And for this Dragon to be back up again very, very soon, that we do have that soul up and available for DRX. Bro, they have to fight for this one. Yeah, they have to win this team fight.
All summoners up right now. Everything available. All comes down to this.
Yeah, Pletter is going in. Morgan getting thrown around like a ragdoll and then just eviscerated. Look at this, the Crocodile slice and dice and getting the heck out of there. And now, bro, they're trying to do the same thing, but Teddy says absolutely not. That's the triple kill. And they say, we do not need the Hextech soul right now. You guys are dead. We'll take a Baron and we'll look to ruin your base.
They can get both. Honestly, they have the time to do it. They'll head straight over the Baron. They got the DPS for this with the Talia. They'll get mid tower and they'll get Hextech soul. This is everything DRX could hope for. The setup was good. They burned through that Cassante. Morgan didn't get to play the game and they are rewarded massively for it.
It's effective here for Young Jay. Even if it was able to get a little bit done in the early stages, Bro now certainly find their backs to the wall. As, all right, Polu misses absolutely everything, and now we've got a base gate coming in. Morgan trying to find that opportunity, dashes forward, gets the all-out onto Frog, but Frog says, I don't mind if I do, as he dashes around. Once again, sacrifices his health bar, but once again, it is more kills to Teddy. And DRX are looking to break open the base.
Yep, they try and make an engage happen. It doesn't really work out. A good flash from Sponge, and then immediately Platter hunts down Envy. The follow-ups, oh, you can see Karis looking for the play.
Platter, what's that? He's like Hex splashing in so that he can potentially also take the base gate because it's fun.
They're having a good time.
Yeah, they certainly are. As the inhibitor going to go down, mid inhibitor turret also going to fall. Don't know whether they're going to stick around to take down this inhib as well. They're going to play it safe. As DRX just need to follow these super minions as they head towards the bro base.
And now you're trapped under your Nexus towers. Every time a minion gets hit, everyone's getting slowed.
Yep. And now we're probably going to start seeing Bro start petitioning for best of ones, because DRX, after losing the first game, coming back in back-to-back games afterwards, just really proving that not only are the drafts looking cleaner, but their tenacity on the Rift looking fantastic. As I say that, Sponge is just going to get tidied up. Frog has to walk away from the bowling ball, and it's not going to be over just yet with her AoE and just general damage.
But Envy has to come back. Once they've got Baron, it's going to become even harder, and they can just play for... Oh, no.
Yeah, and now Young Jake going to have to break his arm guard here as the Weaver's Wall comes in, and that should be the last one. Kill goes over to Teddy, because of course it does, and Frog keeps the Baron busy. They'll move back towards it. That should be the guarantee, of course. Just kill the jungler, and then take the Baron, and that is absolutely everything here for DRX. In the meantime, the minions, and then Baron's coming back up again.
Baron again.
So, yeah. And then you have to kill the inhibitors again.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can just win the game right now, which is what they're looking at. Yeah. Curtain call coming on through, and Frog walks menacingly towards Envy, and Envy says, okay, sorry. And Morgan is just getting incidentally killed by DRX. The Nexus is just going to fall down. That is the triumphant Corki dying on the fountain, but it does not matter. Huge grins on the side of DRX.
These were some of the best highlights from the 2024 LCK Summer Split matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.